Hello everyone and welcome back to another Plan With Me video. So, I'm so sorry this is so late. Usually I post these way earlier in the month. I will explain why as we go through, but today I am using the supported collection, so our full duo subscription journaling kit and planning kit to plan out the month of July in my planner. I'm so excited for you to see all of the spreads and to sort of see this video as it all comes together, because I tried some things that were a bit different this time, and I'm really pleased with how all of it's turned out. I think it looks great. So, but I did try things which are a little bit different, a few different spreads, a few different layout ideas, so hopefully this will give you lots of inspiration. I have popped down in the description below all of the chapters as well, so you can skip ahead to see different bits as well if you would like to. And as always, I will be giving you an update as to what's been going on and what's been happening in the business, what's been happening in my personal life, and why I'm so late with this video as well. But just to start with telling you a little bit, as always, about the collection for this month. So the collection is called Supported, and it is all around not feeling like you're alone. So this season we have really been exploring the idea of balance. So last month it was rising and resting, and this month it is about, yes, doing things on your own, taking that action, getting outside of your comfort zone, but also doing that knowing that you're supported, that you can ask for help from those around you, that you can get that inner guidance, and that you don't have to do it all on your own. So having that balance between getting out there, doing things yourself, but also not being afraid to ask for help if you need it, ask for support, and knowing that that support is always out there. Because often I think we sort of feel like we have to sort of just do everything on our own, and you know, asking for help is a sign of weakness, or just that, you know, it's not out there or available for us. And people want to help us, people want to support us more than I think that we actually realise. So the collection is full of illustrations, as you can see as we're going through. I really went for it this month on the illustrations. I was so inspired. You know, once I get into a theme, it's you know, I always really go for it. I hope that always comes across in my designs anyway. But one sort of idea just like naturally flowed into another. So we've got a lot of big illustrations in there, cups, typewriters, lots of lavender, watering cans, all really summery as well. So really, really beautiful as you'll see as we kind of go through. So to give you a bit of an update on what's been going on, I did mention over on Instagram that I'd tell you a bit more about this in this video, but I have moved house. So that has been taking up quite a lot of my time and energy over the last, the process has taken a year start to finish. So I actually had a shared ownership property, which is when you own a certain percentage and a housing association owns another percentage of it. It's a good way to get onto the property market, especially if you live somewhere like I did in London, where houses are very, very expensive. But because there was more people involved, it obviously took a bit longer to sell, and it's it's one of those schemes that has a lot of good points, a lot of things that you'd sort of want to improve about it, but on the whole it was such a good way for me to have a stable home, not to have to rent, and to have somewhere that was my own and that I could actually grow my business from for the past few years. So I feel very lucky to have had that amazing home, but it did just feel time for me to move on. And there were a few sort of logical reasons as to why I decided to sort of sell up. I was thinking about kind of getting another place, maybe having somewhere that was a 2-bed, and again, places in London are super expensive, and a lot of my friends have moved out for the same reason, that they wanted a bit more space. And so spending a lot of time not actually in London anymore, but going and visiting them. And I also had this just overwhelming feeling that I was just ready for something new, for a bit of a new adventure. So you know me, never do anything by halves. So I just thought, right, let's do it, let's go for it then. So it was a big decision, very very tiring, the whole process. If anyone's ever sold somewhere, bought somewhere, you'll know, trying to chase people, getting forms, signing documents, quite mentally exhausting. And at times, I have to say, like, one of the things that's like held me back, I think, this year has been, you know, dealing with a lot of stuff, and then at the end of the day wanting to sit down and, you know, work on designs and you know, or create content or do something, and just feeling like I didn't have anything left in the tank to do it, because I was really worried or really stressed about stuff, and thinking, oh, is this all gonna fall apart? Like, my first sale fell through, which is again another reason why it took a year really from start to finish on the process. And that kind of feeling of like, I don't have anything left really to even think about, you know, coming up with sort of ideas and things like that. So it has been, I think, something that's sort of felt like it's been at times quite a drag on everything really, but, you know, through it now, at the other side. So big move, took a couple of days. Can't believe we actually managed to fit all my stuff in the van, but did it. We did it. So I'm back in Yorkshire, back up north, back with my people. Yeah, I'm excited to start a new adventure. I'm also excited to just, as I say, be able to give a lot more energy to the business. I'm so full of ideas, and that has been really frustrating the past couple of months because I've just not been able to do them. Like I showed a lot of you over on Instagram again, the reading tracker bookcase I've been working on, which is still in development, but I'm absolutely, you know, I'm itching to get that out there. So yeah, there's quite a lot of things like that have been sort of sat on my to-do list, sat on my actions list in my planner each month that I just don't get to, and then you kind of feel a bit like really frustrated with yourself where you haven't had the time to do it, but there you go. Now hopefully I will do. Of course, after I got moved, then I ended up getting a bit ill and got a chest infection, which wasn't ideal, but perfectly timed, I think, with the whole June collection, Dawn Till Dusk, all about rising and resting, and I felt like I really needed to hear all of those messages that are included in that collection about sort of taking care of yourself and giving yourself time, because I think when I did get that move out of the way, I was so, as I said, ready to just absolutely go for it with everything, and my body was a bit like, no, you know, you've just been through quite a lot, you need to take a break. So I decided to make a meal, which I think quite often happens, or seems to happen, after you go through something that's quite big or you expend quite a lot of energy on it. Anyway, so that's been what's happening with me in a nutshell, and by way of explanation, I couldn't really film or do the voiceover for this video, to be honest, when I was sick the other week, because I couldn't really get through 5 minutes without coughing, which wasn't ideal. So anyway, better now, rested, we're absolutely ready to go, and really excited about all the things that we've got coming up. All of these, as I said, lots of new ideas kind of going on as to what we want to create. I have got with this collection a brand new goal setting kit, which again, I will be doing a video on, or a couple of videos on using that, both giving you some creative inspiration for how to use that, but also explaining how you can get the most out of it. This is such a great time at that middle point of the year to be thinking about what next and where are we headed next, and looking back at the last sort of 6 months and going, am I sort of pleased with my progress? What can I learn from the experiences, and what do I really want to achieve and get done in the next 3 months and the next 6 months of this year? Because it's hurtling by yet again. Don't we say it every year? Where has this month gone? How is it already, you know, how are we in July? I don't know. But this is such a good time to just take a few, you know, a couple of hours, half an hour, how much ever time you've got to spare, and think about what you actually want the shape of the next few months in particular to look like. What do you want the rest of your summer to look like? What goals are you going to set? What things or actions are you going to take to get you to the next level? And really just spend some time thinking about that, because if we don't sort of check in with ourselves, it's really easy to then, you know, let another month go by or 2 months go by, and then thinking, okay, I'm not quite where I want to be right now. So that's why I thought it was really good to get a new goal setting kit out there for this time of the year, and as I mentioned, I will be showing you guys how to use it as well. I also have another video which I still haven't done the voiceover for, which I filmed ages ago, actually using the Dreamers Cove collection, all around some ideas for how you can plan out your actions around some of your big goals. And I did some really creative things actually with that collection, including cutting pages down, which it turned out really well. It didn't start, it was a little bit hairy, but I must get that one edited for you guys as well to see. So definitely look out for that one coming. So back to what I'm up to now, just filling in one of those, well, the first of the weekly spreads, adding in, as I always like to do in the end, all the little gold details. There are a lot of foiled sheets which come with this collection. Butterflies, bees, we've got the little dangles, which I refer to as darling dangles, which I love a bit of alliteration. It's not often I can kind of come up with like really fun creative names for some of these sticker sheets, but when I do, I'm always proud of myself. With this second spread, I decided to try something a little bit different, and I used the days of the week that come with the journal kit. So you can get the journal kit on subscription, you can also get it as part of the Duo subscription, you get the planning kit and the journaling kit. And I actually decided to use those days of the week. Now at this point you might be thinking, what on earth is she doing, because they're already there. All will be revealed when I finally get them all stuck down. One of the things that I often do, by the way, is, and the reason you'll often see me stick Wednesday down first is because it is the longest day of the week. So the reason I do that is because it gives you a sense of, if that's the longest one, where the others will fit in. So that is always the reason that I always use that one first, especially when it comes to like if you're trying to cover up the other side. It's helpful to do that first, because as the printed side as well, with that being the longest day of the week, then you know whatever sticker you're placing down is going to cover up the others as well. So with this, yeah, as you can see, now the idea takes shape. With me covering up that side, I decided I didn't like the little habit tracker straight. So if in doubt, I think it's always easier to place things wonky. I think they always just look like slightly better than trying to line things up perfectly. But I decided to kind of create this little bit of interest down the side by using those mini art print stickers and a couple of other ones as well, as you'll see me go through and use. But I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I think it's a bit different, and it's just another way for you to use some of those journaling stickers if you don't want to use them in a journal as well, how you can use them in the planner, different to just sort of covering up what's there already. So yeah, in terms of the talking portion of this video, I think I'm going to leave this here. As I say, it is quite a long one, lots to cover, so definitely check out the rest of the spreads, and thank you so much for tuning in and watching once again. Coming up next, we will obviously have our August collection as well. Sticker albums, by the way, they are still in the process of being designed. Not forgotten about them, they are coming. I know I've been talking about these for a couple of months now, and we've got some other exciting things planned, including definitely going to get that reading tracker finished off, that bookcase, and I'm also looking at some new things around tracking our habits. So if there is anything that you would love to see us create or design, please let me know, as always, in the comments below. I always love to hear from you, and make sure you share your planner spreads with me over on Instagram. I would absolutely love to see what you come up with using this collection, and I will speak to you all again very soon.